All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Matthew or MJ for short, and welcome back to. Well, it's a really welcome back. It's more like welcome to semantics. Who cares? First things first, gentlemen. So, and ladies, more or less, this is my passion project I've been working over the past had been working on the past few weeks and months. This is actually my first ever video, well, place that I ever showcased, which was Jurassic World Evolution 2 Park Build, right? And more or less my original goal for the channel, right, before I got sucked into Red Dead Redemption 2 and how I created a bunch of shorts and how that took off with so many good shorts and how that it was really meant to be a Jurassic World Evolution 2 channel, a bunch of park builds. I think I have about, 30, about 30 saves, about 30 saves, 30 different parks, more or less. I've just been constructing, right? So ever since launch of this game. Now I've gone back and updated. I think what I've started to do is I'm gonna do a bunch of review series on all like a bunch of like mini reviews on all these parks I've built after I've modernized, not even modernized, but like added the newest creatures into the park specifically. Then we can have a little walkthrough and see the evolution of the park. Now, more or less, this is my latest build. I actually did this and I spent about a month or so building it, about 2 3 hours a day, just plopping things in, small ideas here and there. Now, more or less, this is a depends on how you see it. It is a not a faithful recreation, not by a freaking long shot. It's a park build. But more or less, it's a what if question. This entire park. It's more or less what if Jurassic Park, the film, where what if like nothing went wrong and Ned never betrayed Hammond and everything went well and the storm never happened, Dinosaurs never got out, and more or less what happens then? If what happens to the park was actually operating, everything was going well. And more or less, this entire park, like in my head canon, takes place in 2014. Hammond's dead, and the park's thriving. Right, it's not owned by Masrani because I presume more or less that time would probably still autocorrect itself and go in that direction. Now, we're seeing with this park, it's also in the film now too, guys. Is more or less the film never included much of the actual park. It showed like little glimpses here and there, but you compare the film to the novel by Margaret Crichton, it shows barely anything of the island. There's so much to the island that was never shown, which only I'm surprised. I wish films could last longer so you can actually show the entire the entire park, like the some attractions, right? And more or less, the entire park encompasses the like some soft canon elements and some more or less more obscure elements to the park. Like for instance, dinosaurs, right? Species. More or less, species in the actual like park itself in the film like Margosaurus when they were included, Stegosaurus were included, Tylosaurus, for instance, Pterodons, because they were actually in the original park. Uh, I was like that, right? Like more or less a bunch of species that never actually made it into the park itself. Now we have most. I think we actually said since like the recent DLC release, we have actually every single thing, like everything like dinosaurs actually ever mentioned. I do believe. I think. Don't quote me on that. But essentially, I'll give you guys like a small tour of like some down on the ground type viewing, and then we'll have the small like, little going through the park, and we'll just do that from there. Right. So first off, where are we exactly? Ignore the tree line. We are currently at the East Dock, where Neji was supposed to meet up with was meant to get onto the boat and then get away and then apparently enjoy a bunch of margaritas while sipping a pina colada on the beach. Of course, that never happened because, well, I'll probably show you. I don't think I actually ever built this dev area. I don't think. It's difficult to build waterfalls in this game. More or less, this is the East Dock. I'll show you around a little bit here. More or less, got two lighthouses. Got you a little check-in area. If you're a staff, check in, check out. Because you mean to get on the island via helicopter. Got like a small little. I presume there's like a dock master's quarter, more like I think myself. Got your cranes. Got a bunch of newly put supplies in. Just came off the island. You can put it into service. Weaponry, ammunition, whatever you want. And then of course you have here, which goes directly into the park itself. So I'll please switch it over to my capture mode. There we go. And let us go through. So more or less, you're gonna follow this path, right? Now, keep on. This is not on the tour I showed you guys in the previous video, where I actually had no commentary. More or less, I'll take you guys through the most of the ropes behind the scenes stuff, which I don't think I've ever shown in the actual original video. to go down into here to go to the worker village. So there, I do believe there's a worker village. There had to be like a worker village of some sort in the actual park itself. There had to be. I know there's like a power station, a geothermal power station, somewhere on the island. So I just know the place is like right next to the East Dock. Of course, distance is difficult to translate into a game, so we had to do the best we can. So more or less, this is the geothermal substation. Bunch of maybe like small little equipment here, maybe some radar sensors, detecting everything's fine. Security cameras, of course, everything's modernized, spared no expense. Telecommunications, got yourself maybe like a control center over here, another substation, small little worker village. Now we're going to head through over to this side. Now, these are more or less areas that you probably didn't have to build, or at least I didn't have to build, or I decided to do anyway. You're going to head down over to here, right? So we're going to speed up a little bit here, and we're going to enter this area. Now, this is more or less the raptor paddock, right? Now, I'm going to spend something like here in a second. So essentially, that's the raptor paddock, and well, I presume like Hammer will probably keep this around at some point. It feels like a relic, not to like destroy. I feel like even like even not like a nursery or something. I can feel that I can use this as like an actual proper thing. So your fuel tanks, outposts, monitoring the area. Everything's lit up perfectly well. Now, more or less, what I actually understood was in the tour video, if you get all the way to part to the Tyrannosaur and the Velociraptor enclosures, right? Because there were a Velociraptor enclosure on the actual island. They just decided not to show it. They decided to show rather this Pacific paddock, which I don't know why exactly, but I think for some reason they did. Now, more or less, I decided to replace the Raptors with Utah Raptors, which more or less is just it's a larger version of the Raptor. Doesn't really allow the Raptor was actually very small. And also his favorite, so I decided to do that more or less because in JWE2 we didn't actually we have now a bunch of paleo dinosaurs now at least. And I say paleo accurate, I'd say more that's more or less just meaning just they have feathers and that's it counts for something, but you know. Now more or less this is now where you I said the build is like a small like little just capture site or just maybe they're doing like renovations of the park or something. Because to be fair, I mean, look, in 2014, this island was still running. It'd be very old, so they have to somehow modernize it. Got a fenced-in radio station because I have like a bunch of vehicles. I need a place around the park, and I need to fence it off so I can get the vehicles in. There we go. Now, more you can just go over to here and go through down this little path, and I'll show you guys where this leads in a second. And you're going to go down over to here. Now, this is a small little operating post, more or less just monitoring the other side of here, a small little resort, which will involve some soft cannon stuff. Basically, one soft cannon creature, more or less. So you're gonna head over to here, and you're gonna take this maintenance road. That's what I actually decided to name it. So you head over to here, and more or less this is where the tour leads. Because essentially, in the last video, the tour actually just goes through the jungle, and then you just end up back at the start again. So you're gonna head back over to here. You're gonna go, and on your left is going to be the Acanthosaurus enclosure. And I don't believe the Acanthosaurus are actually ever in the park itself, but they're credit deliveries. How they add some more dinosaurs onto the trail itself. Keep going, and they're going to enter this area. Now, I just don't mind the Jeep. This is not from a failed recording. There you go. So essentially going to be over here. Now, this is a small resort area, more or less. Built off the I want to say like there's like a coast of the park, but of course can't be the coast because well Frontier says so. So more or less this is now the area where we have like a small like little beach resort, right? And inside the actual tank, you have Tylosaurs, specifically three of them. A Tylosaurus, well, it depends. So in the 2011 game, Jurassic Park, the game, aptly named, I must say. More or less, there was a Tylosaurus, and they wanted to try and make it like soft canon, more or less, and then it just turned out never to actually become canon in the first place. I decided it's like it's kind of a cool concept having like a Tylosaur in the park. It's something that's more or less been overshadowed. We've only really seen the Mosasaur in Jurassic World trilogy, and also the Jurassic World Evolution 2 variants of this creature is Yeah, it's a face. It has a face on it like only a mother can really love. Cause yeesh, he didn't put like a little bit too much crocodile DNA inside this thing. Cause man, I don't know what they did with this thing to like make it look like this. Like from like the triangular snout to the weird body shape. I don't know. I just don't like it. But of course, I had to include it for the sake of accuracy, I guess I should say. Now, more or less, you're gonna head over to this side of the park, and you take all this side over here. I'll give us a little view actually of the park itself. Here we go. So yeah, this is more or less where we land. Now, of course, I know it's a poor recreation, but I used a square map, so I had to make do with something. So there you go. Here's your entire landing area. Of course, I had to put a staff, not staff, but entrance over there to link up to the actual tour so it could get working, right? And the milestone enclosure is over there. Visitor center is over here with the Microcertus enclosure. I know that there's like meant to be like this massive like a lake in front of it, but I don't know. I like this like little petting zoo idea a lot more for some reason. Got the gate over there. Got a bunch of other stuff over here on the far side next to the docks, which I'll show you guys in a second. If you go through the park like this, there we go. Gonna go through. Sorry, the gate. Move past, and more or less, my favorite enclosure of the park. Oddly enough, well, I have two favorites. It's the Dilophosaur paddock and then the Tyrannosaur paddock. Because we of the Dilophosaur paddock is actually very easy to make. It's a very simple design, where it's just you just drive past the fence, and there's one of the dialogues now actually. I absolutely remember like in the original video I made for the channel. It's like you driving past, and then like you can just hear in the background like the dinosaurs like snarling and stuff. It was so movie accurate too. I loved it. It was such a wonderful scene I recorded. I'm pretty sure like even made like a short about it too. It's freaking amazing. And then look at this. There you go. Oh yeah, the money shot. There you go. The classic film recreation scene right there. Gonna go through over here into the trike enclosure, of course. Now, more or less, visibility with these jeeps difficult to say the least to try to get everything viewed in because it's such a weird view. I wish they could like do like a better camera angle for it or something. And you go through over here, right? And the more or less where in the original video you would just take the tour to the right and head into the Tyrannosaur paddock, where I know you're meant to come to like this big wall and then a massive stage area and stuff, but I know like semantics is a man on a console. Okay, just calm down. You're gonna head over to this side. Now you see this is now actually just a side attraction, a small side attraction. Here you go. I wish you had like custom signs in the game too. You can hear it too. Our striped tigers of the park, more or less, Metricanthrosaurus. Now, I do believe the engine at the time did have genomes of Metricanthrosaurus, I do believe. I think there were three or four of them in this enclosure. I'm not dead sure though. I remember I watched a video or something like saying like they actually had like they're like made meant to be in the first park. I think if my memory serves me correct now, yeah. But like, I love these guys so much. I never actually. I think that in the first game mainly, I really liked them. Just can't go through the foliage for some reason. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go over here then, up and down. There you go. I don't know. I just like the design of these guys. They're cool. I like them. And more or less, it's essentially just you. Well, again, I would have made it. It was on a PC. I was trying to figure out a way to like get like a secondary track going through this entire thing. But sadly, I can't because I'm on console. Of course, next gen, of course, but still. Now, which way should we head? Forward or left? I'd say forward. Now, we enter now very. I'll show you guys this in a second. A more. It depends on how you see it. More or less, this was now meant to be the Terratops Lodge, right? Now, essentially, that's another thing. It was mentioned in the book, if I remember correctly. More or less, it just. I know, it was meant to be like this like mountain face, more or less, and can't build things on mountains. Well, kind of, but you can't like build into mountains. So what I did was I built it next to a aviary, which I do know was meant to be in the first park. Then I can go through here, can I? Could just go over there then. We see Russia. There you go. Open sesame. Right, so more or less this is filled with JP3 pterosaurs and I think it was Sierradactylus too. I'm not sure. I remember I added them at some point here because Sierradactylus I think was mentioned once or twice in the. It was mentioned somewhere for the films or the book. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, you got a bunch of JP3 pteranodons over here on your my right side. And again, more or less, you can't do much with this specific area in the aviary. It's not very customizable. Just a shame because I would have loved having this low hanging stuff or I can plan Zurich where we had that series. Oh, that was amazing how I built everything there. But here it's more or less just well, you can't do much. There you go. And more is gonna go through here back into this area. It's meant to be more like a little tour vehicle meant to go through here. And here you go. So now we're going to quickly go to here, open this gate. There we go. So now this is now the second place. Now, more or less, this is meant to be an extension of the Brachiosaurus Valley. I don't know. I looked at a bunch of maps and it was never conclusive. Oh, okay. I couldn't have scripted this better, any better than what just happened. Look at that. It was perfect how I just entered it and it was lying here and now it came up. Hello, this little pretty girl, you. Was perfect. Oh man, that was a perfect little moment there. Oh, and more is this is now meant to be the. This is not meant to be like the Gallimimus area. More is like a Tyrannosaur shows up, like right specifically, a little run area. Galleys are meant to run over here. Grant kids behind these tree trunks as the Tyrannosaur comes crashing through. I think it makes sense logically, right? Because the Rex paddock is right there, like literally, like it shares a fence, so it makes sense. Like another Tyrannosaur breaks out, go through over here, bam. And I know, of course, there's a bunch of like a T-Rex paddock's like massive because there's like that undergrowth area and a bunch of other stuff there. It's continuity errors and stuff there, so I'm not going to try and get into that either. So over here on our left hand side, we're going to go over to here. Now this more or less just an extra part of the tour. So as you can see here, gonna go through, go, and you're gonna be made of another fork in the roads. Of course, you're gonna take the left. Now here on the left, we have another carnivore sign, of course. So we're gonna see what's the carnivore here then. Oh, here they are. Of course, they're over here. The love sitting over here in this little rock area are 5 baryonyx. Now these were, I think, I'm looking at the engine, like the marketing campaign stuff for I think it was Fallen Kingdom. Like a bunch of reports and stuff and of course it was mentioned on one of those documents that apparently on Arizona, that's on the Side B area, which I do have a park for, more or less that 5 baryonyx were cloned. Now, allegedly, now I'm presuming these are meant to be the 3 right in my headspace canon, of course. Excuse you. I'm talking to the people here. You mind? Give me a virtual tour. Freaking rude dinosaurs, let me tell you. Give you so much sash. More or less, it's a simple enclosure. More or less, more inspired by the you looking down into the enclosure itself. More or less, that's how I see it. And now over here, we're going to now go into the next enclosure over here on this piece, and this now essentially the Styracosaurus enclosure right over here. The Styracosaurus. Now, I do think somewhere in Crichton's novel, there's like a list or something. I think it was mentioned once or twice, Styracosaurus. I'm not sure if it was ever in the park exactly. I'm not sure of it. But I know that Styracosaurus is somewhere in the actual canon of the actual films or books. It's somewhere meant to be. I just can't place my finger on it now. Is the exact point. More or less, they're on like a little island. and you can like view them from like a safe distance. Of course, now I don't use invisible fencing, so they can like move across. But with most of the food in that part of the islands that had to go and sit there, so they gotta go over here, and like from this view, it looks like it's like a little road. This is actually enclosure. This is now for specifically the. Can we see any of them in here? I don't think we can. They're very small critters. I don't think we can see any of them here. Hmm. I hear them over here. There they are. A bunch of Proceratosaurus. These little critters, or I call them lemon, little lemons, because they have like a little head crest. As you can see here, many of them. I do remember them being mentioned somewhere in the book. I can't remember exactly where. As you can see over here, it's funny because most of the like illustration. I remember seeing it was like very small. There was an illustration of a Proceratosaurus with like a weird head, like orange head crest, and for some reason it looked like a freaking orange to me. For some reason, I don't know why. It was a freaking man. But all dinosaur books though were amazing. Now over here, it goes like a little grove area. Now this is on the forest found exhibit of a park, and essentially this is now our. Here you go. Our mixed enclosure. One of I was thinking our third mixed enclosure because you count the Brachiosaurus and then the Stegosaurus and Myosaurus, and of course these guys. Our Diplodocus, which again not explicitly mentioned in canon, but which are Pachycephalosaurus. Of course, they're mentioned in canon, definitely in the films, and so on specifically. Of course, your Ankylosaurus, which again also in film. Of course, now they did the Jurassic World variant, but more as the variants of these creatures are more or less just version like 1.0, 1.2, 1.3. And I'm pretty sure that like, the Ankylosaurus that's shown in Lost Worlds, maybe like version 1 or something. Because they were cloned illegally, if I remember correctly. There you go. And more this entire enclosure just a small like little foresty area where you can just go through, see Pachycephalosaurus, and just go, and go. And that's basically it. I think there is a pad. I think Diplodocus are over here. Well, they're over here, and then the mountain range over here. There's like a small little mountain range. Here's a Pachycephalosaurus over here. Small little groups, broken off. Let me tell you, but like one pet peeve of mine is that I want to like have like these tracks, right? And there's like from up here, it makes it looks nice. But you go down like foot view, it is grass everywhere. It sucks because I don't want to place actual pathing. And more or less, there you go. That's more or less the entire park. It took about I think 3 or 4 weeks. Again, 2 3 hours a day, 4 weeks, not every day gaming. You get this park, more or less. And honestly, like the sheer scale of it is definitely a big place. And like, look, it's honestly I do love it a lot. I do think there's like some missed potential because like this mountain range, right? This mountain range is comically, and I do mean it's like seriously, it is comically large. Like from this view, it looks wide. It looks like very like long, but the amount of space this like specifically took up was just so much. So what I'm going to do now is more or less, I'm going to end the video off here, guys, right? And I'm putting back these like small like some game trail or something videos, more or less just like camera footage type stuff where like just maybe like an hour long video of just panning like different like feeds and stuff, like seeing like different dinosaurs and stuff. Maybe you could like maybe like I can like name the specific file name or something like that. Like there's like the cam trail for the herbivore enclosure or cam trail for the T-Rex enclosure. Honestly, I don't know because I kind of like that idea. Oh, look at that. Smile for the camera, my friend. Smile for the camera. Yeah, smile for it. All right. So I think that can be it for this video, guys. And hopefully there's gonna be a start of a new sub series. So more or less, I'm going to begin uploading again for just Ghost of Tsushima because I need to get that uploaded. Oh, I'm behind schedule for that. I should have actually finished that series this week, and I didn't. There isn't that many episodes left, actually. Not really, not lots, because mostly, well, that series specifically, I just did a bunch of the side missions and stuff off camera, and most of my missions did on the channel specifically. Of course, then afterwards, I'll tell you. On one of the shorts, right? I think it was, can't remember exactly what. It was a cyberpunk short, right? And more or less that's the next series going to be about. It's going to be cyberpunk. And ooh, let me tell you, I had a freaking blast playing the game. I haven't had so much fun playing a game than it was like it was that and playing like Red Dead Redemption 2 for the first time. So I had like an amazing time playing Cyberpunk. And also by the way, I also did have like actual like proper voiceover, well, just like proper commentary in the actual video itself. So I think from like now onwards, most of my series are gonna have commentary. Well, it depends on the type of game. If it's like very good dialogue type games, or just if it's a game that has like very like a lot of low points, then I'll definitely add commentary. But it was like a bunch of commentary and stuff, like of the characters and stuff, like a bunch of dialogue. Then I'll just stay silent. I think I'll see how it goes. I don't like actually interrupt the specific dialogues because again, dialogues can I can use that as like little cutscenes. I can use them for shorts, and then the shorts get views. They get more views on my regular videos, and more like the Ouroboros cycle repeats itself more or less. I think we're gonna end the video off here, guys. And if I don't see you tomorrow, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, folks.